I'm going to keep this short, but I'm almost happy because Musk got his ass kicked by the Germans today. The party that he repped and supported on the Nazi network, now known as X, the AfD, the Alternative für Deutschland, got 20%. They were wanting to be the ruling party, have the majority. They did not get to that. 1 in 5 Germans voted for them. That's disturbing enough. But the German political construction is still going to depend on a coalition, and none of the other parties is going to touch the AfD with a 50-foot pole, which means, sure, they can be a pest in various proceedings, but they really don't have ruling power, especially when they will be shut out by the coalition forces. That is good. The world is not completely ending, and it makes me almost deliriously happy. Now, the problem is the center-right one. I would have preferred a little more center-left, but that's, I think, center-right is the best that we could expect at this point in time. So yeah, Musk got his ass kicked. The AfD did not get the absolute majority. That's good stuff. So the Germans decided to go with a center-right government. That in and of itself is concerning enough, but it's better than having a far-right government as the Germans would have had it with the AfD. What's interesting, though, is the potentially incoming chancellor said this. After Trump's statements and the conduct of the United States as a whole, this guy warns that Europe should seek independence from the US after conservatives win the German election. Now, that is a conservative party seeking independence from the United States. And there's the statement. The interventions from Washington were no less dramatic and drastic and ultimately outrageous than the interventions we have seen from Moscow, he said. We are under such massive pressure from two sides that my top priority is to create unity in Europe. Now sit with this for just a minute and let it marinate. This is a center-right politician, someone who in the past has been said to have had similar ideas, and some of the statements were reminiscent of Trump. Yet even he says that the United States have become such an unreliable partner with such egregious overreaches and influences that it is beneficial to the European Union to decouple itself from the United States, which also means, in other words, that the US will be more isolated. And isolation is the one thing that is the Achilles heel of the United States. We are not prepared to be isolated. We need to be integrated, because isolation by far and large is going to show our vulnerabilities, and it's going to show them very quickly. And this is coming from the strongest country within the European Union. Of course, it has its issues, but that is still the strongest country in the European Union, a valuable trade partner, an economic partner of the United States. But when they go in a direction where they say, we're not going to mess with those guys, then it's going to hurt us more than it's going to hurt the Germans.